biggest takeaway right off the bat was it was one of the worst called offensive plans I've seen by Philadelphia all season long. There are spurts of some football games where Shane Steichen looks like an absolute idiot, and I think he's been great all year. But this was 4 quarters of terrible play calling. It was horrible. It was terrible. If you go through the stat line, which we will do on this show here, Gardner Minshew threw the ball 32 times. They gave Miles Sanders 12 carries. Literally 12 carries. Ridiculous. I mean, this is a terrible run defense. The Saints are horrible stopping people running the football. And you had multiple drives, especially early on in this football game, where Philadelphia, they didn't even run. They just said, hey, Gardner, why don't you just throw us to victory? And when it was clear Gardner Minshew was not going to throw you to victory, they still tried to throw the football and just kept Miles Sanders out on a lot of these plays. Oh, my goodness. It was really bad. Now, we're going to get to the defense here in just 1 second. We got to give a little bit of credit to the only real plus side of today, and that was the defense getting a bunch of sacks. The problem is that the defense looked terrible early on, and it took Jonathan Gannon a whole half to realize, hey, this soft zone coverage that he loves to run is getting absolutely destroyed by Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton. And the fact that he had to wait till halftime to make some adjustments, can we not do any sort of, sideline adjustments? Can you not make a couple of different calls during different drives here? Why wait till your defense gets shredded, wait till halftime, when you can actually make adjustments during the first quarter or after the first couple of drives? It just doesn't make sense. Gannon should get a lot of hate after this game, despite the fact they held the Saints to 20 points, but the real focus is going to be the offense and what's going on. Now, it's very clear. Hurts is playing next week. 100%. I don't care if Hurts is 70%, if he's 80% healthy, he's playing next week. Now, maybe he should have played this week. I went on record. You guys can check the show a couple of shows ago. I said, hey, play Gardner Minshew. You're going to win this game 31-17. I was dead wrong. Now Jalen has to come in, probably a little cold, with a little bit of rust. He's got to run around the football field, and he has to beat a pesky giant team next week, where Philadelphia probably is not going to win the division. They're going to be the 5 seed, and what once was, we're going to be the 1 seed, and we're going to host all these playoff games, and the road to the Super Bowl goes through Philadelphia. That is all in jeopardy right now. It's all in jeopardy if you lose next week. So Jalen 100% will play. I would be shocked if he does not. That would mean the shoulder is a lot more screwed up than we actually have been told. He should play this week. And then you got to go ahead and hope the offense looks night and day different than the 10-point garbage that you actually saw on the football field today. Oh, my goodness. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Get your questions in right now. I'll go and answer some questions. We'll keep going here. Oh, here you go. Here, Josh Sweat update. Thomas R. Peterson. Josh Sweat will be released from the hospital today. There you go. That's per the Eagles. So that is good news. Good news on Josh Sweat. Most likely it was kind of a stinger, or they wanted to double check something, or he lost feeling or whatever. But the fact that Josh Sweat is going to be released from the hospital is really, really good news. Really good. All right, questions, super chats, get them in. Hit the join button down below. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe, thumbs up, everything. Whoa, spit it all out there. 49ers and Vikings score. I'll give it to you. Come on, let's just go over here. Let's see. Here's your 49ers and Vikings score. Well, I tried. Let's see if I can get it. I believe it's still 0-0 for Vikings, although they're about to score. Vikings are in the red zone, according to my NFL red zone I'm watching up above. Let's go. Come on. Man, even my internet is slow today. It's how the Eagles are slow. Internet's slow. You're really not going to load the scoreboard right now? There it is. How about this? How about Jarrett Stidham, 4 for 5, 85 yards and a tutty? Not bad. Boy, wouldn't it be nice if the Niners lost today, just so you can get the national media off the Niners' back, because they are absolutely in love with Brock Purdy right now. And it'd be nice if Brock Purdy struggled against the Raiders, just to kind of calm everybody down on the expectations there. Vikings are stopped in the red zone. They kick a field goal. It's 3-0. They can eliminate the Green Bay Packers with a win today and virtually lock up that number 2 seed with a win. So keep an eye on this one. This game right here, Rams-Chargers, doesn't matter at all, because the Chargers are already locked up at a wild card spot. They cannot win their division. That is, it's about the score stuff going on right now. All right, a couple more questions. We'll go ahead and hop off. I'm not going to stay on here forever. Our team is so good. We are all spoiled, says the laughy face. Yeah. No, we are spoiled. I mean, listen, they are good, but it is, it's a situation where you got to win next week. They have got to win next week. And again, just take a deep breath and think about this time next week. Philadelphia could have won the division, right? Clinched the number 1 overall seed. Jalen Hurts could have played healthy and clinched the NFL MVP. You get a whole extra week off, more time for Lane Johnson, and they desperately need Devontae Maddox back, and everything's fine. And then the offense is back to being what it's supposed to be. To Micah Parsons, what the world learned today is that Jalen Hurts is the system. Can't duplicate him. I agree. Oh, Packers touchdown. How about that? They returned the kick. Wow. Yes, they did. 70 yards. Joseph, how about that? No, sorry. Nixon, 105. Crazy, crazy. False starts and holding calls be killing us on third down. What's going on with that? I mean, the false starts are terrible. And I get that, there's a new quarterback, so the cadence is a little bit wrong. Okay. They still have a snap count, right? Gardner Minshew still tells everybody what the snap count is. How can we not figure this thing out? Even Kelsey, and you ever want to rip Kelsey a couple times. It's like, what are you doing? Goodness gracious. How many penalties did they have today? Let's look that up. I don't even know. It felt like a lot, even though it probably was like 6. Penalties, 8 for 49. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. That's not going to do it. What's wrong with Sweat? That's a good one. Not sure in terms of what's wrong with Josh Sweat. Could be a neck, could be an arm, could be a stinger, could be a concussion. No idea. The fact that they put him on a cart, took him to a hospital, tells you it's something to do with the head or neck area because they don't take you to the hospital if your arm's hurt, right? Dez says, I'm a new subscriber. Love the show. Be tuning in weekly. God bless. Happy New Year. Thank you, Dez. I'll throw you up there. I haven't put anyone up. No super chats today, so no chats being focused in on. But Dez is a new subscriber. I appreciate that, Dez. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Good luck against the G-men. We'll be fine. Eagles can't handle adversity. Yeah, see, DTM says it's his neck. Yeah, that's why they were being so careful to roll him over and then to get him on the stretcher because if it's a neck, you got to be really careful about that sort of thing. So hopefully thoughts and prayers to Josh Sweat. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'd be shocked if he plays this coming week, but Philadelphia showed you that they're fine without him at least for one more week against the Giants. Who is the Giants' backup quarterback? Let's take a look at that. Because the Giants have a decision to make. Do they play in a meaningful game next week, or do they rest their starters and treat it like a bye? It's Tyrod Taylor is your Giants' backup quarterback. So it could be the starting Eagle defense versus Tyrod Taylor. Boy, can you imagine this show next week if Philadelphia loses to Tyrod Taylor? That would be something. Why does Miles Sanders not run on third down or in short? It's so obnoxious. I totally agree. I think one of the most atrocious things that you see in the National Football League is Miles Sanders, one, not getting touches. He only had 12 today. And two, not being utilized on third down and short. When I see Kenny Gainwell get a run on third down and short, I want to literally rip every single hair out of my head. One of the most frustrating things to watch. It's so stupid. And it's nothing against Kenny Gainwell. Sanders is better. He's also bigger and more physical. It's 3rd and 2. Give it to him. It'd be so great if the Niners and the Vikings would lose today. I agree. That would be nice. Gabriel says, I'm sick. I am too. It's going to be a stressful week this week. It is going to be a stressful week this week, but at least it'll be an interesting week this week. I mean, again, I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and so now you have a meaningful football game to watch next week instead of a useless one. Aren't you happy about that? I'm not. I know. I'm frustrated. Y'all don't just need Hurts. You need healthy Hurts. He'll be healthy enough. He'll be fine. Oh yeah, what does that do to our draft pick? Let's see. Let's see if Tankathon has an update on the draft pick. It falls out of the top 10. For sure out of the top 10. Let's see. Where is it? It's number 11. Okay, so it falls out 1. Here you go. It's hard to see. This is your updated draft order as of right now. Now, obviously, remember, the Rams are playing right now. Vegas is playing right now. So, like, this is subject to change. But here it is. It's 11. It's 11 because all these teams that are 7 and 9. So what you really need is the New Orleans Saints to lose next week, and you need the Titans to win. You need the Raiders to win today would be huge, and you can get back into the top 10. So it still can be a top 10 pick, but it's nowhere near, it was 4 at one point. The fact that the New Orleans Saints have won 7 games is crazy, and credit to them because they've at least made our, first round draft pick a lot worse. Good news is that this is still technically 31. 32 on your screen, but it's 31 because, there's no Dolphin pick this year, but you get my point. Happy New Year. Yeah, right. Happy New Year, Eagle fans. We lost to the Dolphins. It looked terrible. People are going to be talking blank all week long. Yes, they are. Let's see. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, I thought it'd be a lot worse on the draft pick. I thought it'd be in like the 16 or 17. No, not as bad. Old Soul said, "What did I just watch? You watched one of the worst Eagle coached games in recent history. Sprained shoulder doesn't just come fine. It's going to bug him in the playoffs. Jose, I know, but it's Jalen Hurts, and the fact he was throwing earlier this week is a good sign. He's going to play in the playoffs. If you don't think Hurts is going to play in the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you. You must be really fun at parties. Let's just say that. I will say this, and I'm it's a little bit biased here, but I did buy my mom tickets to the Eagles divisional round playoff game with the assumption that they were going to be the number one overall seed. And cool video up on my Twitter. It's on my show. She's super excited. First ever Eagle game. Now, I do get a full refund if Philadelphia loses next week, and there is no divisional round game in Philadelphia. So it's not like I'm going to lose my money, but I have this whole special weekend plan with my parents to go to the Eagle game, and it's going to be ruined if they don't win next week. Yes, your update on the Josh Sweat injury is that he will be released from the hospital today. That's all the only update we have. That was a little bit earlier, and I don't see anything else here on Twitter. So that is the lone update in terms of Josh Sweat. Let me see. Is there anything else here on Sweat? Let's just check. Josh Sweat released from hospital. Okay. That's really it. Yeah, I don't see any other sort of update here. Good news is that it'll probably be Taylor Heineke versus the Cowboys next week, and that's really good because if Taylor Heineke plays, then the Commanders at least have a chance against the Cowboys. So Philadelphia can technically still get the one, or still at least win the division if the Cowboys lose next week. I think. Isn't that true? I don't know. I have to look it up. There you go, Flippy the Bird, $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Thomas. This is unacceptable. Hurts should have played today, like I said. I know, but if he's not, like if the doctors went to Hurts this past week and said, Jalen, you can play this week, but we feel way better about your, long-term longevity in the postseason if you just sit out one more week, I would have sat out. I'm fine with sitting him. I said it on the show. I really believed in Minshew, and I was wrong. I'm an idiot for it. But I mean, we can all be, couch quarterbacks and Monday morning quarterbacks, and well, now looking back, they should have won, or they should have played him. But what happens if they would have played him and they lost and he got hurt even worse? Then we would look back and said they shouldn't have played him. So I mean, it's an argument you just can't make. You just can't make it right now. He should play next week, but the idea that now, you should have played him. Well, okay, yeah, they also should have won the game. They didn't. There's nothing that we can do about it. Now we still hold the lead. Yeah, that is right. Looking at the playoff picture here, just so I can confirm. I don't want to be an idiot here. Yeah, so Dallas is 12-4, Philadelphia 13-3. If Philadelphia were to lose next week and the Cowboys lose next week, you still get the division. Now the question will be the seeding because of the Vikings. You would need the Vikings to lose today or next week, and Philadelphia lose. So, yeah, so if the Cowboys lose next week and Philadelphia, then Philadelphia wins the division regardless. And they do play a Commander team that has to win for a chance to get in. So, we can all be Commander fans. Did you see that the Commanders released their new mascot? It's like a pig with a military helmet called Major Tutty. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It's terrible. I'm so frustrated right now, bro. I know. This is a very interesting chat. I'll throw this one up. Slay and Bradbury need to start playing Asante Samuel ball. I would love for them to to actually play press man and be able to kind of run free. I think Gannon completely handcuffs them for a lot of these games. Bradbury got cooked today. He did a lot. I told the Saints was not going to be a cakewalk, and he told me we would roll them. Yeah, I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I mean, what do you want me to do? I was totally wrong. Bro, you could call Hurts friendly plays. What happens when Hurts gets sacked? Even if it's a Hurts friendly play, right? And come on. Couldn't agree more with this one. Jeez, could not agree more with that one at all. Great job, Eagles. Great. It's always fun when you get non-Eagle fans in the chat, just to make you feel even better about a loss. This is facts right here. Flippy the Bird again. We need CJ Gardner-Johnson back. No update. You did hear the during the broadcast after the Lattimore pick. Lattimore's been out for 2 months with a lacerated kidney. I mean, CJ Gardner-Johnson's been out for, 5 weeks? So it's getting close. And maybe much like the whole situation with Jalen Hurts, if he's 85%, you need him next week because Josiah Scott got a pick. Thank you. But Josiah Scott is still a problem. All right, couple more chats here, and then we're going to log off and trying to, actually enjoy my Sunday, even though it's basically been ruined. Come on, couple more. I think Philadelphia's going to win next week. If that's a question, I think that they're going to win. Yes, you need to be rooting for. No, not let's go Vikings. You need to be rooting for the Packers. We all need to be big Packer fans and big Raider fans today. Big Packer and Raider fans today. If Green Bay wins today, Washington will be eliminated, right? I don't think so, right? I don't believe so. No, because they'll be. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I have no idea.